quick. Come in and shut the door. So January has made it 4 years since I moved from the US to Dubai, and these are the top money habits of Dubai millionaires. Hey, it's your girl Wilonda. Welcome back. First one, credit is not king. Cash is. Coming from the US, I had to relearn all of that because I was so gung-ho and so proud of my credit score when I was in the US. Being young and having good credit, having all of these credit available in multiple different banks, it was always something to be proud of. Yeah, here we don't have any of that. Basically, what they have is what they see in front of them. So if you are salary or if you have the funds in the bank, in order for you to back up your loan, then that's how much they're really gonna give you. That being said, cash is king. Whether you get your cash from back home, whether you make the cash here in Dubai, cash is king. Another thing I realized is you are able to get a much better deal with cash on hand. If you go buy a property or if you are negotiating, I don't know, a car or something, if you have the cash up front, they will tend to give you more of a discount because you could pay it full up front than someone who has to pay monthly payments. Because at the end of the day, monthly payments, even though there's interest on it, is still going to be more risky for the lender because they don't know if you're really going to dip out on them or if you're going to continuously pay the entire amount. Speaking of better deals as well, I felt like I did get a better deal on my rent here because I paid up front. I definitely realized the millionaires here are paying a lot of their homes in cash or having a very, very hefty down payment in order for them to get better deals, especially if they're in the investment route and they're going to buy multiple properties. It's not going to be on a loan. It's definitely going to be cash heavy. And that's where they're going to be able to negotiate with the developer in order for them to get a better deal. And if you're able to get a better deal when it comes to your investment in the front end, then of course throughout and in the back end, you will be able to make more money. So it just makes sense to always have cash on hand and don't rely on loans and credit. And also I realized when you have cash on hand, they don't ask questions. If you have a loan you're trying to get, of course they're going to ask where this money is going to come from and all of this and all of that. Like they have to know more about you. But if you just have the cash on hand in your account, they don't care. They don't care where it came from. If you do not have cash in your bank account, I feel like you are literally broke. The second money habits of Dubai Millionaire is everything is negotiable. Literally everything. And that comes hand in hand with having cash. If you're able to pay up right at that moment, then you're able to name your price. And I've even been able to negotiate my rent as long as I've been here. And that is something very taboo to me because if you don't have if you don't live in a condo basically and have one landlord for your unit, then it can't be negotiated. If it's an entire company, normally you cannot negotiate the rent going up or down. Maybe they give you a little bonus or a little money off in the beginning as a prorate, but as in, oh, you're here for 3 years and yet you want to negotiate for the next year. That's not a thing in the US, but basically you can negotiate anything here. And I would advise you to negotiate everything because these millionaires are negotiating everything. It's so crazy because we're so, taught for those who weren't raised in money, like, oh, I mean, there are definitely some cultures that negotiate, but when it comes to like working with other businesses, big businesses, you normally get taught just take the price that they give because that's the price. I had to unlearn that here and not see negotiating as a bad thing, not seeing negotiating as, oh girl, you broke type of deal, but seeing it as a strategy because a lot of the prices, because it's a culture, negotiation is actually built in. Unless they're really, really strict on their prices, then they're like, okay, no, this is it. But a lot of the time, negotiation is built in because they know their people, because they know their atmosphere, and they know people are going to to come in trying to get a better deal. And it's just the name of the game, you know. Honestly, it's literally a game for them to negotiate any and everything, no matter how much of a good deal it already is. I don't think they cannot not negotiate. You know what I mean? So I've learned definitely to negotiate. Don't be afraid to ask for a price. If they want to go down to it, they want to go down. But if they don't, then they don't. Always, always, always negotiate. Me and my landlord just went back and forth when it comes to negotiating for this year. So best believe I will always keep that as an advice in my head. The next money habit of Dubai millionaires is outsourcing. Yo, these people outsource just about any and everything because at the end of the day, time is money. And if they are able to pay somebody else to do it, then they definitely will. I have grown up to always try to DIY and just do everything myself. So I am in the process of delegating tasks to people that can handle it, and it's a slow process, especially being the Virgo I am, and I need to make sure everything is going right for me. It is a slow process, but I definitely have learned there are people who are willing and wants to do certain tasks. Yes, it's going to be extra people management for me, but at the same time, I realized that a lot of millionaires, they just let those who know what they are doing do what they do. But yeah, I'm getting there little by little. The next habit is they actually are very eager to teach. It's funny because we will see millionaires as people who are very secretive. I think it's just because we weren't in their circle. But once you get into their circle and start brushing elbows with different ones, you realize they literally love to talk and love to teach. Maybe they don't see it as teaching. Maybe they're just in their own world and just using their own jargons. But for someone on the outside who really listens and don't know their jargon, it's a lesson for us. So I definitely have met a lot of millionaires who within conversations, they're just so nonchalant and they're just low-key dropping gems that I'm over here trying to hurry up and catch up. Be like, wait, hold up. I didn't know this, and oh wow, that was really good, So yes, they really do like to teach, and guess what? I love to learn, so I'll be taking up all the gems. Now, the last money habit of Dubai millionaires I witness is they like to invest in what they deem is valuable. I keep on hearing this notion. People keep on thinking millionaires do not buy certain things. Like, I don't know, I keep on hearing, oh, millionaires don't buy designer, only poor people do. Or millionaires don't spend their money like this, only poor people do. Millionaires don't buy that, all they do is invest, only poor people do this. And I want to be like, nah. No, that can be farthest from the truth. Millionaires will really buy whatever they deem is valuable for them. So if they want to go to the Louis Vuitton store and drop a couple of stacks, a couple of bags on a shopping spree, yes, they will do that. There's nothing that says once you become a millionaire, you stop buying this, you stop buying that. Absolutely not. Because everybody are individuals and it depends on your preference. Some people may not want to buy designer items and just buy a yacht, which is understandable. Some people might want to invest in properties and instead of NFTs. It all depends on you. There's no real guideline when it comes to being a millionaire. You get there the way you get there and you stay there the way you stay there. But at the end of the day, you spend your money on whatever you want. Some people, they like to spend their money on their families and take lavish vacations. That's dumb. And some people, they rather just, I don't know, do something else with their money, So whatever they deem valuable to them is what they would spend their money on. I really get irritated when people are like, oh, only poor people buy this and millionaires don't. No, they buy it too. They buy it more expensively and they buy more of it than us, if anything, because People are like, oh, millionaires don't buy designer clothes. They know it's a waste. They know not if that designer clothes is going to be able to help them close a deal because the other person is a fan of Louis Vuitton or a fan of Chanel, whatever the case is. So guess what? To them, that shopping spree is valuable because they are going to be closer to closing a deal than they would if they did not have that common denominator with the person. That's just an example, but you see where I'm going with this? They will buy any and everything they want if they deem is valuable. And then some people, they probably see no value in it and still buy it. Everyone is different. There's no rule book in being a millionaire. You do what you want. You just got more money. You just got more disposable income. All right, guys, that was all for this video. If you like this type of content, let me know down below.